Trading card games are difficult to get into. Many lack a proper jumping off point for new players, and navigating the bombardment of products released every year can be a headache. Yu-Gi-Oh! Deviates from this by giving us the Structure Deck, a pre-made semi-competitive deck that will teach you the game and give you some direction to your journey as a duelist. Most enfranchised duelists will buy or trade for individual cards to complete their decks. However, in the Sealed Only Challenge, we go back to when we were kids, cracking packs and sealed products put together the smorgasbord of cardboard we call a deck. For my challenge, I've chosen Blue Eyes as my deck, not because it's good fun or because it will be easy, but because I want to use the nostalgia bait to get clicks from Yu-Gi boomers and end up on a CBR top 10 list. Now let me lay down the rules for this challenge. No buying individual cards. Only official sealed product. $25 a week. One $4 pack per win or one $10 pack per 2 wins. If the chase for one single card goes for longer than 4 episodes and it is required for the deck to function, I can purchase it, but the next week's budget is cut in half. The reason why I'm doing $25 per week instead of the industry standard of $40 is because I have rent to pay, and sadly the government won't like it if I try to list Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a business expense. Now I hope you're ready for an experience that's like a car crash. Not pleasant, but you can't look away from it. Saga of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is one of the coolest structure decks out there because it gave the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent of Charizard a way to finally be competitive in the actual game. I decided to use this for my challenge because I enjoy nostalgia baiting people, and I've always wanted to use a Blue Eyes because, as a little kid, love Blue Eyes on the TVs, pretty fun. But yeah, so this is my journey. The goal is to make a deck so I can actually compete in the locals whenever those happen. The wink wink nudge nudge virus kind of screwed over playing card games a lot, so let's see how well I can do before locals finally open up and maybe something like decently competitive. Alright, so let's get into this bad boy. Alrighty, so what do we got here? Got a fun little playmat that I won't be using because it's made of paper and it's Garbaggio, although it's got some nice artwork on it. And then of course we got the cards. Now we got ew, gross, disgusting tablet art. The worst art of Blue Eyes if I can get it to focus. There we go, kinda. Alright, so yeah, disgusting tablet art, worst Blue Eyes art. Best art is the one from LOB where it looks like he's got a broken neck. Then we got Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This is a card that single-handedly made Blue Eyes a good deck. Brought into the Synchro era. Just kind of looks cool, It's like he's a silver dragon with blue eyes, That's all you need. Maiden, she kind of sucks, but in the early stages she'll be kind of invaluable. Dragon Shrine, great way to dump the Blue Eyes into the graveyard so I can actually revive them and summon them. Blue Eyes with 50 less attack. This is a big beater, slightly smaller beater. This is a really good tuner, so it's a dragon level 1, so we can send it off of stuff like Cards of Consonance for draw power, and I can send it to the graveyard so that instead of Whitestone Legends, so that way I don't have to get a Blue Eyes in my hand when I don't want one in my hand. Darkstorm Dragon, don't know what this does. Gemini Monster, bad. Mirage Dragon, bad. Bad. Alright, Whitestone Legend is the main tuner of the deck, and well, yeah, it's your best card. When it goes to graveyard, adds a Blue Eyes, and it's a level 1, so you can make your Azure Eyes. Kaiba Man, he's a man, he's Kaiba, what else do you need to say? Herald Creation, not using that. Not using that. Honest is really good, increasing your Blue Eyes' attack to get over anything you wouldn't necessarily be able to get over otherwise, and potentially be able to OTK. Very good. Not using that. Not using that. I gave us 2 though. Burst Stream of Destruction. It is removal. That much is for certain. It is removal. Stamping Destruction. Again, removal. Conditional, but it's there. It's a card. It does stuff. Trade in, one of the best cards in the deck. Basically send a Blue Eyes to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. Best way to get Blue Eyes in the grave, and you get card advantage of it. This card will be sticking us for the entire time. Cards of Constance, you send a level 1 Dragon Tuner and draw 2 cards. Very good, again a mainstay of the deck. Don't know what this does. 1 for 1, so it lets us discard a card, namely a Blue Eyes, to special summon a level 1 tuner from our deck, so it's usually going to be an Egg, or a Maiden, or a Flame Guard. Monster Reborn, very good, best way to revive Blue Eyes. No, too slow, not going to use this. Econ can be a fun sideboard piece, you know, in battle-focused decks it can be fun. Fiendish Chain is like our only form of negation in this deck. Kunai Chain is also fun, but we're not going to use it. Don't know what this does. Call the Haunted, another great revival spell, and this one's at 3 unlike Monster Reborn, which is only at 1, so this can be a mainstay as well. Compulse, very good card, returns a card to the hand. Very good. Champion's Vigilance is basically a Solemn Strike, but if you control Blue Eyes. Bad card. Bad card. This is basically a Cyber Dragon for the deck. It's a free special summon, and if for some reason I would tribute this, it'll special summon Blue Eyes from the deck. Silver's Claw. This is another revival spell. It only hits normal monsters, but it can be very good, and it's at spell instant speed, so you can use it right away or on your opponent's turn, or from your hand, just anytime you'd need to. Swords Revealing Light, maybe we'll use it, stop them from attacking. And Castle Dragon Souls, we're not using that. And then Duel Links Add. So I'm going to take a quick pause, make the deck, and we'll meet you back. And we are back. So now for the deck breakdown. Haha, very funny. So of course we got 3 of the Lad, Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's what the deck's named after, you kind of got to run him. He's a big 3000 attack beater, and he facilitates all your plays. He's a level 8, so you can make rank 8s, but for right now we can only make level 9 synchros. Got triple Maiden with Eyes of Blue, so what she does is she's some form of interruption, where if she's on the battlefield and targeted for attack, or an effect, we can negate the activation, put her in defense mode, and that's how you summon a Blue Eyes from the deck. One of the few ways to summon Blue Eyes from the deck. Next we got triple of the White Stone of Legend. So what this does is, level 1 tuner, and when it's sent to the graveyard, whether it's from your hand, deck, field, you'll get a Blue Eyes to your hand. Very useful for when you have stuff like your trade-ins or your 1-for-1, so you can send a Blue Eyes to the graveyard and get value off of it. Running 2 of the Flameville Guard, so it's another level 1 dragon tuner. It's a normal monster, doesn't do anything else extra, it's nothing fancy. But it's something to send off of Cards of Consonance, or if you don't want to have your Blue Eyes added to your hand with the effect of White Stone Legend. Next we are running 3 Heretic Dragon of Tefnuit. So what this does is just a free special summon, so if your opponent controls a monster and you do not, you can special summon this guy from your hand, he's 21 attack, and then if for whatever reason you need to tribute him, he can special summon a normal dragon from the deck and make his attack 0, so it's a way to get Blue Eyes out of the deck. Then triple Honest, so Honest, it's a hand trap. You can discard during battle, you can discard it from your hand, and if you do, your monster gains attack equal to the opponent's attack. Onto the spells. Triple Cards of Consonance, so what this does is you can discard 1 level 1 dragon type tuner with 1000 less attack, and then if I do, I draw 2 cards. Fill focus. Sorry, I can use this new camera here. And you can even see it in reflection here. Let me take it out of sleeve. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, discard dragon type tuner, draw 2 cards. It's even got the White Stone Legend in the artwork, so you know exactly what you're doing with this card. Yeah, it's a way to get your tuners in the graveyard and potentially get Blue Eyes to your hand for this card, triple Trade-In. So what Trade-In does is you discard 1 level 8 monster, draw 2 cards. Very simple. Draw cards, get Blue Eyes engraved. And finally, triple Dragon Shrine. What it does is, you can send a dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if it's a normal monster, you can send a second one. And you can only use this card once per turn. So again, another way to get Blue Eyes in the graveyard. Finally, 1 for 1. What this does is you can discard a card, special summon tuner. So, with all this Blue Eyes being in the graveyard, how are we going to get them out? Well, classic Monster Reborn. It's only at 1 right now, but what it does is, play it, special summon a monster from a graveyard. Any graveyard, any monster. Very fun. Then triple Silver's Cry. So what this card does is a quick effect. You can target 1 dragon type normal monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, and you can only use Silver's Cry once per turn. So since it's a quick effect, it means we can use it in our opponent's turn, or we can use it in response to something on our turn if it's in our hand. Then on traps, triple Call the Haunted. It is a way to get Blue Eyes out of the graveyard. There we go. Get Blue Eyes out of the graveyard on our opponent's turn. It's just a very good revival spell. Next, triple Champion's Vigilance. So what this does is it negates the summon of a monster or the activation of a spell trap if I control a level 7 or higher monster. Then triple Fiendish Chain. Haven't seen this card in a while. Basically, you can negate a monster's effects and you can stop it from attacking. It's very good. So that was the main deck. Next for the extra deck, we just have triple Azure Silver Dragon. It is the only extra deck card we have currently. Level 9 Synchro. Requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner normal monster. What it does is, when it's special summoned, all of my Dragon type monsters I control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn, so it's good through your opponent's turn. And then once during my standby phase, I can target 1 normal monster in my graveyard and special summon it, so the blue eyes I use to summon it is what this can bring it back. Very good card, very powerful. It's also got 2500 attack and 3000 defense. Then side deck, this isn't really that important right now because we don't have very many good options. I tend to fix that in the future. We have 1, 2, 3 compulsory evacuation devices. Very simple. Target 1 monster on the field. Hang on a second. Target 1 monster on the field, return that target to the hand. Could be saving your stuff, more importantly, it's going to probably be disrupting your opponent. Then, of course, triple Swords of Revealing Light. What it does is it flips all flip monsters face up, and then it stops your opponent from attacking you. Flip monsters aren't really relevant right now, even, like, people are playing Shaddolls, but even then they're not really using their flip effects that much, so it's mostly be protection from battle. Triple Stamping Destruction. It is spell trap removal. If I control a dragon monster, target 1 spell and trap in the field, destroy it. And if I do, I take 500 damage to its controller. It's not great. It requires me to have a monster on the field. Yeah, so it's not great. It's very situational, but it does something. It's a way to get rid of spell traps. Then triple Econ. Quick play spell lets us either make a monster your opponent controls go to defense position when it's attacking us, or I can tribute a monster I control and target 1 face monster my opponent controls, and I can take control of it. So pretty fun. Finally, triple Burst Stream of Destruction. It is a Raigeki if I control Blue Eyes, and once I activate it, Blue Eyes cannot attack for the rest of the turn. So it's fine, but it's a worse Raigeki, and Raigeki's not even seeing play right now. But yeah, with that, let's get on to the game. Game 1, we are versus Live Twins. We get kind of a bad hand, so we just set 3 revival spells and say go. Brick Eyes, White Dragon, in action, folks. Anyways, the Live Twin player puts down their field spell, they set 1 and 2 cards, and eventually they play one of their Live Twin cards. They hit us for 500, and they're going to end their turn. Our turn, we get kind of a bad draw, so we just set down our Tefnuit, realize we can't attack with it, and end our turn. Then on their turn, they make some sort of Cat Xyz monster. I don't know what it does. And they vital into our bigger monster to destroy it. You know, I don't realize what they're doing at first until we get to their second main phase. They banish a light and a dark, and out comes Chaos Emperor Dragon. Never thought you'd see him in a modern duel, so he wipes our boards and puts us into a top deck war. Eventually he gets enough of a board to destroy me, and we go on to game 2. Game 2, we open the Nut Hand, so we activate our Dragon Shrine to dump a White Blue Eyes and a White Stone of Legend. If I can find it, there we go. White Stone of Legend triggers can get Blue Eyes to our hand. Then we're going to activate our 1-for-1, discard the Blue Eyes to get a White Stone Legend on the field. We're going to first set a Call of the Haunted, then we're going to activate a Revival spell, bring back a Blue Eyes. That'll make an Azure Eyes for us. Azure Eyes will trigger, and White Stone Legend will trigger, so we'll get another Blue Eyes to our hand, and Azure Eyes is going to try to make our dragons immune, but he'll Ghost Ogre us. Thankfully, we have the Monster Reborn, so Monster Reborn is activated. Azure Eyes comes back. His turn is uneventful. He gets out a Link monster and another monster. We activate our Dragon's effect to bring back a Blue Eyes. And then he activates his spell for some reason, or his trapped card, which I don't know what it does. Get back a Blue Eyes, get back another Blue Eyes. Main phase 2, battle, and yeah, just kind of run over him with dragons. We do end up winning this game just by smacking him with dragons a couple times. As you can see, there's just not much he can do in the face of big beaters. So he's left on 2,000 life points. On his turn, he is going to activate Duster, get rid of our Blue Eyes, And then he's going to set a card and pass it back to us, but it's not enough. Activate our Azure Eyes, bring back a Blue Eyes, and he'll realize quickly that he is going to lose. Finally, last game we just get kind of destroyed by his big monster and we surrender. So we feel pretty confident of ourselves, so now we're going to go on to game 2, or match 2. Now match 2 is a little weird because we can go against someone's like 60 card pile. So we don't really know what they do, so eventually they just have set 3 versus our big monsters and we run over them. Don't really get to see their deck, don't really know what they're capable of, just like a weird 60 card warrior pile that we just kind of smash into and win. Game 2, however, we realize what their plan is. Command Knight Lock. So what Command Knight does is, when this card is on the field, you cannot target other monsters for attacks except for this one. So if you get 2 out, you can't attack them at all. So we're just stuck there for a couple turns until I top deck a Fiendish Chain, negate one of them, and just run over him. So we just hit him with all of our Blue Eyes we've been accruing on the field while we've been waiting for him to do something. And he gets out some sort of hand trappy monster that just summoned itself during the battle phase. That saves him for 1 turn. So we just hit him again until he's down to like 500. And we hit our end phase. His turn, he doesn't really do much, and finally we just smack into him with more Blue Eyes cards. Even after he Mirror Forces us, we have the Call of the Haunted, so we just get through it, and we flex a little bit by bringing back 3 more Blue Eyes, because we can. Because you know what? What's the point of doing it? What's the point of life if you can't flex on someone else? And there we go. We won our first match. So, you know, we're feeling good. You're good. We're feeling pretty great, you know. We won with a triple Blue Eye structure deck. Sure, it was like a weird, not even rogue contending deck, but we're still feeling great. You know, we feel like we're on top of the world. And then we get destroyed by Shdulls. Hooray. And so ends the win streak that we thought we could have had, but we never actually really had. Alright, where do we go from here? Well, we know we need a lot of improvements. For starters, my deck, well, it did win a game. It was against someone who was either very new to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or was just some child who wanted to throw a bunch of cards he had together. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a bunch of maximum gold, and we're going to get the Legendary Duels Season 2, open them up, get some nice Blue Eye stuff to help improve our deck. Other improvements are going to be more in the personal category. We need to improve my confidence while speaking, as well as deal with less background noise. I'm sure you could hear the person putting away dishes in the background during the deck profile. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. This is going to be great, and I can't wait to see you all guys next week. If you enjoyed it, hit a like, maybe subscribe. It'll really mean a lot, and tell me what else I can improve on. Thanks.